Good afternoon, and once again welcome to my YouTube channel, Pearson Edexcel International Maths by Mr. Kamotho. And we are discussing Pure Mathematics Book 1 Chapter 6. And today I want to talk of areas of triangles. Areas of triangles. We need to be able to use formulae for finding the area of any triangle when you know two sides and the angle between them. In general, we have been having the area of a triangle to be a half times base times the height. And this height is perpendicular height. So that is true, but from today we need to use this one to advance in knowledge on to how to find the area of a triangle. That means if you have a triangle that looks like this, and that is vertex A, and this is B, and this is C, and this is probably the H. Sometimes the perpendicular height may not be clearly expressed. It may not be given. What do you do when you do not have clear H? This is what we know. Of course, the whole of this side is side A. It's opposite vertex A. This is side C. It's opposite vertex C, and this is side B. So area of this triangle is obviously a half times A times H. But according to triangle, let's say AXC, using triangle AXC, it talks about the sine of C, which is opposite, which is H, over a hypotenuse, which is B. So this one alone gives you H to be equals to B sine C. So if you substitute this in this formula of the area, then it goes without saying that the area is a half A times H, which is B sine C. AB sine C. Interpreting this in such a triangle, the area is a half A B and the sine of the angle between the two sides given. If you could be having this angle B, so the area continues to be a half AC, a half A, this side, C, this other side, times the sine of the angle in between the two given sides, which is also equals to a half, if you have this angle as angle A, times BC sine A. All these, you can use any of these to give you the area of a triangle. And I want us to go straight to example 8 so that we can learn how to use this example 8 on page 117, example 8 page. Work out the area of the triangle shown. And how does the triangle look like? This is the triangle. This is 75 degrees. This is 4.2. This is 6.9. We don't even have, this is A, B, C. The area, as elaborated in the previous example, is given by a half, the side times the side, multiplied by the sine of the angle between the two given sides. So this one, it's just straightforward. Area is a half, 4.2, 6.9, sine 75 degrees. And what is just that? Let us see what's that. 0.5 times 4.2 times 6.9 times the sine of 75 degrees, whereby we have this one is already in radian mode. Let us change this calculator into degree mode, and let's talk about 0.5 times 4.2 times 6.9 times the sine of 75 degrees, and we get the area to be 13.99. So the area is actually 14.0 centimeters squared to the nearest to three significant figures. 14.0 centimeters squared to three significant figures. Again, note a half of one side times the other side multiplied by the sine of the angle in between. And if you know this formula now from today, you do not need to keep calculating what would have been the perpendicular height. Most of you would have come here and talked about what is the perpendicular height. Yes, it would have been possible, so that you talk about the sine of 75 is h over 4.2, and then using that you can calculate h, so that you come and say a half base times height, and you'll still get 14. But anyway, that's a long method. It's an old-fashioned method, and that is why we should not continue using it. But let's talk about example 9 in the same video. Example 9, and example 9 talks about in the triangle ABC. Let me have the triangle here. Let me have the triangle there. This is A, this is B, and this is C. This is 5 centimeter, 6 centimeters, and angle ABC is x. ABC is x. That is x degrees. Given that the area is 12, the area is 12. The area now is 12 centimeters squared, and that AC is the longest side. AC is the longest side. The longest side means what? That x is the biggest angle. Find the value of x. Fine. We are told that the area is 12, and look at it this way. Of course, if AC is the longest side, then x is the biggest angle. And it is possible that you can already see by nature of the diagram that x is an obtuse angle. We shall see what is exactly meant by that. Meaning that a half times 5 times 6 times sine x, this one should give us 12. So what are we saying? This is 3. 15 sine x, because of 3 times by 2, 1 by 2, 3. 3 times 5, 15 sine x is 12. So sine x becomes 12 out of 15 by 3, 4 by 3, 5, which is 0.8. If sine x is 0.8, sine inverse 0.8, let's find out what that is. And let's okay, it's in degree mode. 0.8 equals to shift sine answer. We're going to get 53.1 degrees. But of course, 53 degrees is going to be, this is sine inverse of 0.8 is 53.1. Let's do that again. 0.8 is equals to shift sine answer is 53.1 degrees. But of course, we are told that x is supposed to be the biggest angle because it is actually opposite the longest side by nature. If this side is the longest, then x is the biggest angle. What does that mean? The angle sum of a triangle is 180. 180 means 180 minus 53, we're going to get 127. 127, even if we divided 127 by 2, assuming that the two angles are equal, then each one of them is going to be 63.5, which is not true. What does that mean? That means if x is 53 degrees and we are told that it is the longest, then this is not true. So what is true? X must be an obtuse angle. Obtuse angle, x must be obtuse angle, that is greater than 90 degrees. Greater than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees. We have no choice apart to resort to the unit circle. And if we are talking about 53.1 there and 53.1 there, and because we know, and because we have a unit circle, 53.1 and 53.1, because we have to have the sign of x to be 0.8, then, and because we know that all science teachers complain, then x is also possible that it is that angle. So x is possible that it is 180 minus 53.1. Reason being, the sign is also positive in the second quadrant. And this is, let's do it, 180 minus 53.1, and x is possibly 126.9 degrees. So basically the value of x could be, or is supposed to be 126 degrees, only because of the fact that we are told x is opposite the longest side. If an angle is opposite the longest side, then obviously that is the largest angle. And there we are. X is about 127 degrees. Please take note that question was important. Take note and go slow. Watch the video once and again and again so that you get the information which is intended in this particular video. Again, visit my YouTube channel, Pearson Edexcel International Maths by Mr. Kamotho, and of course subscribe and share widely. All right.